Alright, so this is part 2 of the tutorial, which is creating a form. So we're already in our Google Document section. We're going to go to Create, and I'm going to choose Form. Now once I get in here, I have this space right here where I can fill in my title, so you can fill in whatever you would like to do there. And then you can give information on the form itself. If you want to give the people that are going to be filling out the form some more information. And then we have areas that we can make our questions. So in here there's always going to be 2 sample questions, and you can just edit those to make them whatever you want. So for example, if you wanted this to be the date, and I always make sure to put in a format for the date in case other people are filling out the form so that we have a consistent format. And if you want to have the teacher name, you can add that as well. Okay. To add items, you go up to here on the left where it says Add Item, click on this, and then you can choose which type of item you would like to add. For the form, I mostly used text, paragraph text, checkboxes, and choose from a list, especially for our observation form. So I'm going to go ahead and show you one that I've already mostly completed so that you can see the different types that I've used. I would strongly recommend that you plan out what exactly you want in your form and the order that you want your form to be in, so that when you're creating this it's really easy to do and really easy to make. To edit things, you click on this little pencil over here, and this allows you to edit the question. Once you're done, you can click Done. Notice that you can also make questions required questions, so if you have other people that are going to be filling the form out, you may want to do that. You can also duplicate questions, so if I click on this button right here, if I want to have a similar question to this, or for some reason the same question, I can duplicate it. I usually use this if I have something really long. So for example, down here, this areas of strength, there's quite a few things in here. I also want to have all of these options for areas for growth. So when I made this, I clicked duplicate for that. And then of course you have your little trash can over here, and that allows you to delete things that you don't want anymore. And to add items, we just go to Add, and then we can choose different types. The first one that I have on my form is the date, and this one is just a very simple text one. The second one that I have is observer, and for the observer and the teacher name I choose from a list. Same thing with subject area and grade. And then my focus area is also just text. This one right here is the checklist, and this is one of my favorites. A lot of times you can use things such as just a blank like this one, but if you use the checklist, then later on when you're looking at data, it'll break it down really nicely into a graph so that you can see how many times you're doing this particular type of contact, how many teachers are exhibiting these areas of strength. And so if you have those checkboxes filled out, it just allows you to look at data a little bit better. For this particular form, for the areas of strength and also the areas for growth, I used a lot of the same kind of areas or indicators from the DICE IQ rubric. So you'll see a lot of these things are the same things that are on that. And then at the very bottom I have coach next steps and teacher next steps, and those are from the paragraph. Just a quick note, if you decide you don't want something where it currently is, all you have to do is click on it and you can move it around. So if I want date lower, I can move that around. I actually want date where it is, so I'm going to keep it there. And then also, if you want to make your form look fancy, you can go up here to where it says theme, click on that, and we can choose different types of themes. So right now, I'm feeling kind of a fall theme, so I'm going to choose this orange one right here. And it'll show you a sample of what your form will look like in this particular style. and then all you have to do is check apply up at the top, and you'll see now my theme has changed to Books Classic. And so when I go to fill out my form, we will see it looking like that. Now to get to my form, I can go back to my Google Docs, and you'll see my form is here. And when I click on that, it's not showing me the form anymore, it's now showing me the spreadsheet that is created from the form. So I can see when someone fills in my spreadsheet, or fills in the form rather, all of that information is going to come into this form, into the spreadsheet. To get to my form, I can go to Form again, and I can go to Live Form. And so here's the form itself, and I can go ahead and fill this in. And then, oops. And then once I have filled it in, I'm just going to click Submit, and then all of that data will go into my teacher tracker spreadsheet. We can also email the form to other people, so if we want to share this form with someone else, we can fill in someone else's email, so I can send this to Mr. Flanagan and he can use this as well. And then I can also embed it, so if you have a website that you use and you want to just be able to go there to access your spreadsheet, you can embed it in your website as well. In the teacher tracker spreadsheet, we can also share it in different ways. We can go to share, and then we can give other people access to it. And then similarly, if you just want to share the link to your form itself, you can just copy and paste your link and send this to someone else. I'm going to go ahead and fill in an observation that I've done so that you can see how the data goes into the spreadsheet itself. Alright, so I've now magically filled out all of my form, and I'm going to click Submit. And so when I go into my teacher tracker, you can see that the information I submitted through the form is now here. Okay, so if you want to go ahead and watch part 3, you'll see what I'm now going to do with this data.